Hey, everybody. Good morning. CJ Van Slightman. CJ Goes Unleashed. I'm on my second channel today because I definitely can't put what I'm going to say on the first channel. So for those of you who have been viewers for a long time, I appreciate you guys. And, I wanted to talk real quick today about the government shutdown and what's happening with food stamps and with WIC and with Medicaid and with the EBT and all that, free stuff, and people freaking out about the free stuff and freaking out about how they're not going to be able to eat. Like, yeah, I've been a landlord for 27 years, almost 28 years, investor, that kind of stuff. I've never dealt with food banks and things like that, but I certainly have had tenants, and I do know people who use the food banks, and the people that I know, they really actually need it. There are a lot of people out there that are able-bodied, and what our administration wants people to do is go back to work and at least work 20 hours a week, which is not unreasonable. It's 5 hours a day. You know what I mean? Or do 2 10-hour days and go work at Amazon, breaking your back, wherever. UPS, one of those places, they do 10-hour days, I think. But people are freaking out, and it's not just that they're freaking out, it's that they're saying they're going to go and loot stores, and they're going to steal, and they're going to beat people up in the parking lot for their food. I can understand, there's part of me that does understand that food insecurity, shelter, those are things that will cause people to riot. So do I agree with the shutdown? Absolutely not. I think it's going to be an absolute disaster. And are people going to steal and loot and yeah, I really do think that they're going to do that shit, because if I was in a desperate position, I would claw and fight for myself, my family, my children especially. And I think you're going to see a lot of people have that same opinion. But to go on the internet and to project it, to say I'm going to steal from Walmart, do you guys think Walmart's stupid? It's one of the biggest corporations in the world. You don't think they know what is about to happen? You don't think that they're prepared for this, or at least preparing to the best of their ability? You think that you're just going to walk in and walk out with the groceries that you used to get because you're so entitled to it? How about this? Get a job. Yeah, I know you've heard it before. And you say, fuck that, I'm not getting a job, this is bullshit. I've been on assistance for 10 fucking years, or 20 years. I have a 10 and 18 years on assistance. Come on now. And the children on assistance, the grown kids now that are 18 and above, I think one's 19, one's 21 or 22, on assistance because it's been taught. So I've watched a ton of YouTube videos on people freaking out and threatening that they're going to do this and they're going to do that and they're going to commit crimes and they're going to steal and they're going to loot and they're going to beat people up and all that stuff. You people must be stupid to actually think that the grocery stores around the country, they're not gonna just let you do this. They're not gonna just let you. Those days, or those Biden days, are over. And I don't know who's responsible for the shutdown. I don't know if it's the left or the right. Some people say it's the right. It looks more like the left because they want to have illegal aliens getting all this free stuff too. So if you should be mad, people out there who are on food stamps, EBT, WIC and stuff like that, if you're not, you should be mad at the illegals because you guys got all bundled in to one group now. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Now nobody gets anything. Nobody gets any benefits. So you're going to have food spoiling on shelves. You're going to have landlords not getting their rent. You're going to have mortgage companies not getting their payments. You're going to have kids that are stuck at home now because the parents can't afford the daycare, because I don't know if you've looked recently at the cost of daycare. It's pretty expensive. So you can either work, like a friend of mine told me. She said, I can either go to work and put my kids in daycare, or I can stay home and not go to work. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You kind of got to choose one or the other. And I'd really like to know your opinions on where you stand with this whole situation with the government shutdown. Do you think it's a good thing? A lot of people do, because it's going to avoid fraud and waste. And then on the flip side of the coin, a lot of people are like, hey, you just like cut everything off. Didn't even like, boom. You didn't even give people warning. You didn't say like, okay, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, get on your feet. You're like, yeah, the administration, and I can't even call it the administration. It's just the parties can't come together and they can't agree on certain terms. And the terms that the Republicans want are definitely not the ones that the liberals want. So is this going to be a standoff and a stalemate? Yeah, this might go all the way to December. And, like November, I think, is when people eat the most, right? Because it's Thanksgiving. But people do eat at Christmas, right? And people need Christmas presents. So the limited income that some people might have, it can't go to presents this year. I don't think. I don't know. I'm just, you tell me in the comments below what you think. But it seems like it can't go to presents this year. It's going to have to go to food. It's going to have to go to food and go to shelter and Medicaid. And if Medicaid is cut off for illegals, accidentally, some of it might be cut off for people who are legal in this country. So this is a big mess. It really is there's no skirting around the issue, because we're already almost to like November. And once November hits, I think it's going to be a fucking bloodbath. You're going to see people freaking the fuck out. You're going to see people robbing. And yeah, I think it's going to happen. They're at least going to try it. All the steak's going to be gone. And especially in the hood, Chicago, Miami, Boston, Los Angeles, you guys know what's going to happen in your town. So I wish you all the best and God bless. And I have to go in and help a client now. So everybody take care. And I hope we situate this whole nonsense, because it's not fair to a lot of people. Some it is, but most people it's not fair to, especially the kids, the veterans, people in SSI. And they say it may not affect them, but I think it's going to affect everybody. So anyway, take care. Love you guys.